We are back, and we have probably the most special of guests today. He has been an NBA champion every year since 1977, coming in at 25 and a half inches tall, weighing 29 pounds, the only man in sports who won't interrupt us. It's the Larry O'Brien Trophy.
Woo!
Yay!
Wow. Can you believe it?
No, I can't. Larry is sitting between us.
He's here in the flesh.
Larry, how you doing?
All right.
Awesome.
He's kind of a quiet guy.
Yeah, but when he speaks, he means it.
He means it. Yes.
Yeah, I think this is Larry's first visit to a rented apartment in Brooklyn.
I think that's accurate.
Right?
I mean, this is a historic day.
This is true. We are just breaking barriers.
We are.
No, truly, thank you so much to the NBA and our buddy Mark for bringing Larry and chaperoning him so beautifully. It's a true honor.
Yeah.
And to really make sure that we make use of Larry's time, I think it's only appropriate we do an Eastern Conference Finals and Western Conference Finals preview.
I think we should.
They start tonight.
Can you believe it? I don't know how we're already here.
No, it's sort of crazy because last night on Monday night, we're recording this on Tuesday, and watch some WNBA, watch Dallas and Seattle, and then I was like, there's not an NBA game.
I know.
I watched 100-foot wave. Have you seen that?
It's so good.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how these people do the wave.
No, it's big wave surfers.
Not a wave like at a sporting event.
No. Although also impressive.
Impressive. Different type of 100-foot wave if you think about it.
Truly. Did you watch anything that's not basketball?
Oh, I watched the rehearsal, the latest episode of The Rehearsal.
Amazing.
Incredible content. I highly
still
recommend.
gotta watch it.
It's so good. But no, I do feel like when there's a night when there isn't an NBA game on during the playoffs, like I feel off because I'm so used to the rhythm of it.
Same.
You know, there's just so much content, and then when it's not happening, I'm like, wait, no, where's my NBA playoffs?
Truly, I didn't really know what to do with myself.
No, I know.
So thank God it comes back with the Western Conference Finals kicking off tonight. It's sort of wild that they're playing so soon after the Oklahoma City and Nuggets series wrapped up.
I know. It's crazy.
The thing about the Thunder is that they are very young and they're very deep.
Yes.
So if there's any team not to be worried about in terms of like if you put us out there at this, I'm sore after, Pilates for like 5 days. I did the hardest class ever on Friday and I was like, I'm going to die. And then you watch these NBA players go out and, every other day it's incredible.
I know. And they're also just young. I'm like, I can't do these moves. I'm too old. I'm too old.
Really impressive.
Okay. Should we get into some of the deets and the nitty gritty of this round?
Yes, absolutely. Starting off with the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are playing the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Madeline, dare I say, is this a battle for the face of the league?
Oh, dun, dun, dun.
You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in Oklahoma City, who is a generational talent.
Unbelievable.
Plays basketball like it's ballet.
Also, well, yeah, he really does actually.
Right.
Also, can we talk about his style?
Oh,
incredible. His tunnel fits are like, I would say maybe the best in the league.
I don't think it's controversial,
right?
To say that. So. There's one that really sticks with me. It was like a all tan leather ensemble with a leather tie.
Yes.
And on anyone else, they would sort of look like the Mr. Gloopy or whatever from Candyland. But on Shai, you know that guy?
Yes. I don't know how you pulled that reference.
I don't know what his name is. I don't think that's his name.
Yeah, whatever. It's close enough.
But on Shai, he looked unbelievably chic. So.
Oh yeah, he looks so chic. No, I'm distracted by his outfits at every game. I'm thinking about it constantly when he's on the court. I'm just thinking about what he wore to the game, to his work event.
Maybe you should try playing in.
I saw a meme that it was players. It was like them wearing their jerseys and playing in jeans. Like it was some, Photoshop.
We should see how they play in jeans.
Yeah. Like what's it like? Just casual wear.
I do always think that Nikola Jokic looks like energetically looks like he's playing in flip flops. But and I mean that as a highest compliment.
Yes.
That he moves like someone who could still do that in flip flops.
Yes. Oh, he could do it barefoot. He could do it with his eyes closed.
Sort of jeans adjacent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Flip flops are jeans adjacent.
They are. No, they totally are. Like people ski in jeans.
Yes, that's true.
Flip flops are the jeans of footwear.
Quote Charlotte on that one.
Larry, you have anything to say about that?
Yep. Cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Reserved once again.
Yeah. I wouldn't weigh in on that one either.
No.
So they're playing the Timberwolves, who have Anthony Edwards, who we've talked about a lot, most recently because he once again said that his favorite movie was Matilda.
Incredible.
Which is one of the better favorite movies you can have as a professional athlete. Something fun, gossipy about this is that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is playing his cousin, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, who's on the Wolves.
What?
And cannot respect more that they both have the Alexander in their name.
I mean, okay, so much to unpack here. Family affair.
Yeah.
Do the family sit together? Like, do the siblings, of the parents, do they sit together?
That's such a great question.
Are they in different sections? They're like, we can't, we're rooting for our kid. We got to keep things separate just for, the duration of the game.
I feel like they have to sit together. I feel like they
right.
have to sit together. I feel like the closest thing that we've seen to this recently is Donna Kelsey with Travis playing for the Chiefs and Jason playing for the Eagles.
Good comp.
She
That's
had,
true.
she had the split jersey. Obviously, they have two different sets of parents.
Right.
But I think energetically, it's both a win-win and a lose-lose when you have family members playing, because you're going to be happy for whoever wins,
Right.
and whoever loses.
It's true. But I think about the next year's holiday party or holiday gathering. Yeah. And it's do you think everyone's going to whoever wins, they're going to just be reminding the one who lost, well, you lost to your cousin. Just like you did in third grade when you were playing tag outside during, a holiday break.
Is there anything more embarrassing than losing to your cousin?
Oh, I think that's worse than a sibling. I do think it's worse than a sibling.
Absolutely worse than a sibling.
Yeah.
I love my cousins dearly, and I'm also so glad I've never had to compete against them in anything.
Yeah, there's something about a cousin relationship that's just kind of funny, and I feel like there's higher stakes weirdly than a sibling sometimes.
Yeah, because siblings are so close that you can just talk trash in a way.
Right.
Like your cousins, you're oh, I really like you.
Yes.
And I didn't have to live with you growing up. So this is a little more slightly removed in a way that maybe you feel slightly bad beating them. I don't know.
Yes, it's like losing out on a job to your best friend.
Oh.
Yeah, could you imagine? And you're I'm so happy for you. But deep down, you're just crying inside.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, that's it. That just made me feel physically ill.
It's true because it's you don't see your cousins typically as often as your siblings, right?
Yes.
It's maybe a couple times a year at major events.
And it's very special.
It's very special. So you want that time to feel special. You don't want that time to be you're reunited after you've lost a very important work event.
Oh my God, the most important work
conference
event.
finals.
The employee of the year.
Yeah.
Of half of the company.
Half
the other
for
half
the
of
region. One region of
there,
the company.
Right, thank you. Yeah. Right. No, I think that's I can't wait. It's also not it's a first or second round. It's a Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
What else have we got going on here? I do something that I admire greatly about the Oklahoma City fan base is that I think they're the only fan base in the NBA where everybody puts on the shirt that they're given.
It is incredible. The amount of rule following, and those fans are committed. If there is a shirt there, they're putting it on.
Which is wild because you think about all the different things you come to a game where you've got your guys in dress shirts with a jersey over them. It's nope, you're adding another layer. You're putting on that blue tee. And let me tell you,
that's a lot of layers.
I might not have been supposed to do this, but I took a t-shirt from the Celtics game at every finals game I went to last year because in Boston, I feel like a very Northeast thing is not to wear the t-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Hardly anybody in Boston put the t-shirt on.
Okay.
And some of them didn't even take it home. So they were just on the floor. So I took it.
Interesting.
Find me one single Knicks fan who
fan.
would wear the t-shirt that they give you over there very carefully.
I know who would wear it.
Who?
Spike Lee.
No.
You don't think he put it on?
No, because he's got that Brunson.
That's true. Okay, he does have cool outfits. All right, fine.
Also, something that is exciting about this matchup is that Mike Conley is on the Wolves.
Okay.
And he is one of 5 players from the 2007 draft class on an NBA roster this season. And I think that would have been my draft class.
Wow.
So, and they call him grandpa and stuff. Or father.
So he has a chance to get a ring. And is he kind of like an Udonis Haslem-esque figure on the team or no?
No, because he plays a lot.
Oh, okay.
Which is very impressive for someone his age.
Right.
But the team has a new slogan, which is doing it for Mike, Which sounds also like something that would have been a Gatorade slogan for Michael Jordan in the 90s.
I was going to say that.
Doing it for Mike. Which I like that energy.
Yes. No, I do like that energy. Well, that's nice. I mean, he gets to play.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's still included in the group projects at work.
He's very helpful in the group projects.
He's not the kid who's like, oh yeah, I'll do my slides, and then like it's like 12:59.
No,
right before the 1 o'clock class, and he's scrambling.
Oh no, this man has had it done for days.
For days. Incredible. Reliable.
Which is also, I just think it's so funny when you think about the reality of a 36, 37, 38-year-old being in a locker room, like the distance that I feel from 19-year-olds.
Yes.
Like you see them on the court and you're like, oh, they're all teammates. They're all playing together. It's great. But then you think about the age gap. And I mean, it's like when I can't figure out where all of the windows on my computer went, you know, like Mike Conley.
Which did happen before we started recording.
Right. And so I can only imagine the moments that Mike Conley and the young guns on the Wolves.
I'm sure there are so many moments like that.
All right. So I think we should move on to the fun stuff about the East. I mean, basketball wise, very intrigued to see what happens here because the Thunder play very fast. As I said, they're very young, extremely well conditioned. The Wolves are also very good. We've seen them like fall apart and then also be very good again.
Yeah,
so
right.
I feel like even though the Wolves are a 6 seed playing a 1 seed, I think this is going to be a great series.
I think it's going to be incredible. Yeah,
anyway,
guess we'll see.
All right, Knicks Pacers.
So this is crazy. This is a rematch from 25 years ago, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I mean, write that script.
The last time the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I mean, that's crazy.
And they lost to the Pacers last year in the second round of the playoffs. And Knicks star Jalen Brunson recently in a press conference after they beat the Celtics, I believe, said it still bothers him. And if there's anyone who I would not want to be bothered as my opponent, it would be Jalen Brunson.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He's not forgetting.
No, he's the most intense. Him with a chip on his shoulder is terrifying.
No, he is locked in during this. Like you just tell, like he is just in a different galaxy.
He is
during the game.
He is, and listeners here will know that we've talked a lot about the significant others of the Knicks players because it's a really good cast. You've got Karl Anthony Towns, who is engaged to Jordan Woods.
Yep,
who is the maybe again best friend
or friend,
who knows, of Kylie Jenner, who is a Kardashian. Kylie is dating Timothée Chalamet, huge Knicks fan.
Yep.
The overlap there is crazy.
Yeah.
But something I noticed the other day was that Jalen Brunson's wife, Allie, who I believe he met at Villanova because he, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges onto Villanova, as did the Pope, which I feel like should give Knicks fans some hope.
Yeah. Hope from the Pope.
Hope. Can't beat it. She posted a group photo of all of the WAGs after a game. Jordan Woods posted the same photo in a carousel, which I feel like is such a great sign in terms of the energy among that group of people.
Yes, there's camaraderie there.
Because someone took that picture and then had to share it with somebody else in order for both of them to post it.
That is so true. There was some airdropping happening at the minimum.
Exactly.
At the minimum. I wonder if it's going to end up turning into sort of a WAG friendship. Like, you know, in hockey, a lot of the WAGs will wear matching jackets to games as a thing. Like, let's have that in the NBA. Maybe it's happened. Someone can let us know. But I would love to see that. Like, if there's like WAG specific merch that they're all wearing.
Honestly,
for conference finals.
They should just give all of the WAGs a full Knicks uniform. And then they should wear it to that would actually be an unbelievable look.
Could you imagine?
No, if they're just wearing what their husbands wear on the court. And
that'd be very chic.
Full, the high socks, the shoes.
I mean, they would look great. I would love that.
Maybe Allie's got a shooting sleeve on. Jordan Woods has a one leg spandex situation.
Yeah. Okay.
So Jalen Brunson, the difference that he has made for this Knicks team is before Jalen Brunson, they had 8 playoff wins in 20 years. With Jalen Brunson, they have 21 playoff wins in 3 years.
I mean, that's incredible.
So I would say he is a star employee, a company man.
Winning employee of the month every month.
And makes everybody around him better, that kind of employee. Not threatening to ownership.
No.
Because, he took less money than he could have to stay with the team.
Yeah.
So
he's a good company man.
He is. He also loves Mariska Hargitay. from Law and Order SVU.
I think we talked about that last week, that if you didn't listen, he always...
On Page 6 radio.
Oh, yeah, it was on Page 6 radio. That's when we
yeah.
talked about this. That he always looks out for her and gives her a hug when she's at Knicks games, which we love.
We love that so much. Okay, the Pacers. Obviously, they have Tyrese Halliburton.
Yep.
Something interesting is that last year, after the Pacers beat the Knicks in Game 7 of the second round, and all the Knicks feet and arms were falling off because they were very hurt, Tyrese wore a sweatshirt or a T-shirt that had Reggie Miller doing the choking motion, which Reggie did, I believe, to Spike Lee on the sidelines when the Pacers played the Knicks in the 90s. I can't remember which 90 it was, but
one of them.
Whatever. Google it. And Tyrese wore that at the press conference.
Oh, okay.
And if I were a Knick, that is something I would not forget.
No.
Because especially since all of them, a lot of them got injured, I would just be like, Tyrese, we can't let you get away with that.
No.
I would also wonder if one of them will wear a shirt
to match it.
Yeah.
The same thing, but reverse.
Yes.
Essentially.
Some other of which there is not one.
Oh, there isn't.
The Knicks.
There isn't one.
Maybe this year will be the year that the Knicks create the viral moment.
Yeah.
That becomes
maybe.
the T-shirt.
For next year or whenever.
There you go.
Well, here's my question.
Yeah.
I always think, but we talked about this during the Super Bowl. If you recall, the Chiefs showed up to the Super Bowl for their tunnel fits wearing weren't they wearing kind of dramatic outfits? They weren't wearing understated looks. I wonder if we can kind of judge where the mental headspaces of these players based on their tunnel fits for the conference finals. If they're wearing over the top, you're uh-oh, you're maybe a little too cocky, wear just black pants and a white T-shirt or something. Understated.
A great point. Because Patrick Mahomes wore an Eagles green suit.
That's what it was.
And they were playing
the
Eagles. And we were like, oh, buddy.
Right, yeah.
You lost before you stepped foot on the field. Yeah. The Knicks, I feel are going to be an understated, Brunson will wear his Comme des Garçons Converse, Spiegelman Stables hat.
Very chic.
Which, and I feel if any team really goes for it, it could be the Pacers.
Interesting.
Miles Turner on the Pacers has a massive Lego collection.
What?
And loves Star Wars. And those are two things that I really appreciate about him.
I love that. Those are great interests.
Isn't it?
Those are great interests.
Yeah.
I wonder how big his collection is.
I mean, he has a whole room. It's a gallery of Legos.
Oh. He's locked into the Legos.
That he builds.
Oh, I mean, that's amazing.
Which I guess kind of tracks with being a high-level athlete.
Yeah.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, and he's probably I want to be the best at building these Lego sets.
Yes.
And he was I am an NBA player. I need to be the greatest at my hobby.
There you go.
And he is.
Also, some fans in New York threw trash at a guy wearing a Tyrese Halliburton Pacers jersey.
I saw that.
And Tyrese said that he is going to fly that fan out for Game 4.
Yes.
And the funniest thing to come out of this is I saw someone tweet, a Knicks fan tweeted, I'm going to go to Indiana and make them throw trash at me and get a FaceTime from Brunson. Which is,
I don't know if it works the same way. You can't force it.
No.
You can't force your good deed from a player.
The difference between Indianapolis and New York City is that I don't think people throw trash at you in Indianapolis.
No, I don't think so.
Plus a lot of other things. Wider streets, for example. But, it's
wider streets.
It's kind of the funniest possible rivalry.
Yeah, no, it's great. I cannot wait to watch these games.
So excited.
I'm so excited.
Also, OG Anunoby reposted Anne Hathaway, the actress. She made a reel and he reposted it. It's a beautiful thing.
You're great.
That's it.
And we'll definitely be at a game. For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. Yeah.
All right. Well, Larry, I guess we just talked over you the whole time.
Sorry, Larry.
You have anything you want to add? Awesome.
Great. Awesome.
We love a silent, stoic man.
Very stoic.
All right. We shall move on to other things.
Yeah.
And Larry, what?
Oh,
you have to go?
Oh.
What? Timothy Chalamet just called you? Okay.
Can't compete with that.
Fine. Go.
All right.
We
Have
get
a good
it.
time, Larry. I miss Larry already.
There's a hole in our setup and in my heart.
So sad.
Where Larry used to be.
What an incredible moment.
I mean, very respectful man.
So respectful. So polite.
That was really crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. I can't believe he was here.
No, he was very much here. Also, we're breaking the fourth wall here. Our husbands, who are huge basketball fans, were both very excited about this.
Yes.
And that was just the first time that we have ever recorded in front of other people.
Yeah, they were here in the background.
And
now
Mark,
they're gone. But
Mark, who brought the trophy. So
Yeah. Pressure was on.
Yeah.
But we did it.
We did it.
We did it. Well, moving right along in the sports gossip universe.
Yeah, we've got Giannis Antetokounmpo, who did a whole Q&A on Twitter.
Okay.
Which would be like, okay, he's the Milwaukee Bucks got knocked out of the playoffs. Great.
Yep.
He's got time on his hands. Except that Giannis is one of the most talked about guys this offseason because the Bucks have failed to win with him since 2021, failed to win a championship. He's thought to be one of the best players currently, top echelon. Oh, look at that word.
Oh.
Of all time, really. He's the Greek freak. He's incredible. And so he's said that he's open to exploring other teams.
Oh, okay.
And he's hinted at it before, but he's never said it quite as
explicitly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So for him to do a Q&A now is sort of like, all right, we're all going to be reading the tea leaves here.
Right.
Madeline, I want to point out, first of all, there were a bunch of funny replies, like someone asks what his favorite color is, and he just says sky blue, which, okay.
Fair.
But this one, someone said, do you have a favorite NFL team now that you've been in the States a while? And he responded, Packers and Dallas Cowboys.
Interesting.
Now,
okay.
The Green Bay Packers play in Wisconsin. The Milwaukee Bucks play in Wisconsin. That makes sense. To say the Dallas Cowboys is like, is this man trying to go to the Mavs?
He's trying to call Nico Harrison up.
Nico Harrison, GM to the Stars.
Yes.
I mean, this is a guy, like, I feel like the Mavs could get him if they do trade. I don't know. They also have the number 1 pick this year.
Yeah.
Is Nico going to do something crazy like trade the number 1 pick for Giannis?
I mean, here's the thing. I wouldn't put it past him. It's possible. Anything is possible at this point.
Also, is that not a bad idea? Giannis is proven, but it's like Cooper's young. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's above my pay grade, but
interesting. Well, Giannis, what were you saying without saying it in those tweets?
Exactly. That's the age-old question. What were you saying without saying it?
Oh my God. Wow. Well, in other basketball news, the WNBA, Charlotte and I attended the New York Liberty's home opener against the Las Vegas Aces, which was incredible.
So much fun. Also, it was the ring ceremony because the Liberty won the championship last year, and those things.
Oh, I mean, honkers. Like they were huge. Chunky?
Chonkers.
I don't know. They're big.
They're big, and you can open them.
Yeah.
And they have earrings inside.
They did?
Yeah, they come with, they're like detachable pieces that turn into earrings.
Okay, that's very chic. That's like, you remember this?
Stop it. I think I know what you're about to say.
They're like hiking pants that zip off, So it's like the pants, the shorts.
That is not what I thought you were going to.
What were you thinking?
I don't know, some like jewelry kit when you're a little kid and it like all comes apart.
I just go, I don't think I had like some North Face hiking pants.
REI
that just zip off. The tan ones.
Hear me out.
What?
Those should be cool.
Oh, yeah.
We should make those. Think about it. There is not a more utilitarian way to dress.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm very particular about my pants and my shorts.
Yeah.
So if I found a pair of both that fit me in one. What do you think? Okay, what do you think? Should we do like a tank top to sleeve situation?
Interesting. I think I'm more into the pants and shorts.
All right. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Totally fair. No.
Because it's on unless it was, I guess, long sleeve to tank top.
Interesting. Now you're considering it.
Well, now we're cooking.
Anyway, the game was phenomenal. It was also, I think the funniest part for me was because the Knicks had clinched against the Celtics the night before, a lot of the celebrities who were at the Knicks game were sitting courtside at the Liberty home opener.
Yes.
You had Russell Wilson, who is a longtime quarterback currently for the Giants. You had Spike Lee, who, famous Knicks fan, film director, who looked exhausted.
He looked exhausted. I mean, when you also, mind you, this game was not like an 8 p.m. game. It was at 1 o'clock. Yeah. I mean, so you got to get there 12:30 or so. It's not like you have the whole day to relax. You're up, coffee, maybe a little light lunch, then you're headed to Barclays.
It's a quick turnaround.
Sue
Bird, Megan Rapinoe, they'd been in a box with Amy Schumer.
Exactly.
She was in line behind me at a coffee shop in Brooklyn the other day.
Okay.
Played it
Amy
extremely
Schumer?
cool. Yeah. Not that I'm like starstruck by her, but it was like
you told me it was Amy Poehler.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. Did I? No, I said Amy Schumer.
No, you didn't. You said Amy Poehler.
Oh my God, if it had been Amy Poehler, no offense, Amy Schumer, I would have flipped out. Oh, I would have not have been cool at all.
I had this whole story one time. It doesn't matter. I was at a thing and she was there.
Oh, that's why you told me that?
Yes. Were you like, why are you talking about Amy Poehler?
Yeah, but I was like, cool. I was like, wish I saw her.
No, you said Amy Poehler. And I was like, wow, really?
Wow. Her new show is,
her podcast is great.
Podcast is great.
That's really funny.
All right.
Okay. All right. Anyways.
Anyway, so it was funny to see the celebrities like struggling through.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because they'd had a late night.
Yeah, long night.
Also, this really made my day. We went to get chicken fingers and fries. And now I just want, if you followed me for a while, I always get a hot dog. I do a hot dog review. I was just feeling chicken tenders.
Yeah.
And rather than force the hot dog, I want every hot dog to be authentic.
Yeah.
So, so we got chicken fingers.
Next time for the hot dog.
And you went to get ketchup.
Yes.
And something lovely happened.
Yes. One of our lovely listeners came up and said hello. So thank you so much. I don't think I got your name, but thank you for listening to the Sports Gossip Show. That was so nice and lovely.
And my favorite part about this is that, first of all, thank you so much. Means a ton. It's always shocking.
I know, it's
you're
crazy.
like, some people listen to this? But I came over to you. This whole time that was happening, I was extremely lost.
Yes.
I couldn't find the cart that had the ketchup on it. So I was just holding my chicken tenders, like turning in circle. I felt like a little kid at the grocery store when you
You're
lose
like, where's
your
my mom?
Yeah. And then I went over. I was like, oh, thank God. And you're like, lovely.
And Charlotte's just like with the chicken fingers.
Yeah.
Like,
because you were like,
around.
oh, yeah. And I said you were here too. And if you had cut to me in the moment where you said, yeah, Charlotte's here too, it would have been just like, walking around with chicken fingers. Anyway.
You're walking around like a chicken with her head cut off.
I'm not going to say that.
Okay.
I was going to say which happened to those chickens.
Oh,
Sorry.
God.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
All right.
Well, switching gears, we have an announcement.
Yeah, we've come to the Bill Belichick, Jordon Hudson portion of the show.
Yes.
And we said that we would only talk about them if there were actual new news or, stuff that could affect other people coming out. And there's some interesting stuff, but that's not the first thing we have to say.
No. We've been keeping somewhat of a secret or a piece of information. Actually, that's not true. A couple people DM'd us about this.
Really?
I don't think I told you this.
They noticed?
They noticed. After we attended the Miss Maine pageant and released our episode, which if you haven't listened, go back and listen to it. The Monday after the pageant, I get a notification as the social media admin for the Sports Gossip Show that we have a new follower on the Sports Gossip Show's Instagram account. Who is that follower? But none other than Miss Jordon Hudson.
Jordan followed us on Instagram.
Which, incredible.
Iconic.
Iconic. I gasped.
Well, we were both, our husbands were driving both of us respectively down from the pageant. And I just get a text with the screenshot. And I was like, we're somewhere in Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the car being like, oh my God, like I got very hot.
Yes.
I got very warm.
Yes.
And I guess the main takeaway here is, Jordan, if you want to come on the show, I would argue that we've been pretty fair in our coverage.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be like a softball interview, but we also would not be out to make you look bad in any way.
No. Come on the pod.
Open invite.
Truly open invitation. Our DMs are open. And if you're watching this, send us a message.
From one Pats fan to another.
Yeah. Come on the pod. I think it'll be fun. I really think it'll be.
I do too.
I think it'll be good.
I do too.
Yeah. And also, here's what I'll say. And I would say this to you, Jordan, if you're watching, we don't have her perspective, on the record.
We don't.
We would be honored to be your perspective of record.
We would be honored, and we would make sure that you get a chance to say what you want to say.
Yeah. So.
All right, now on to talking about you.
On to talking about you.
Sorry,
still listening.
Weird, but that's what's happening.
The first order of business in the Bill Belichick, Jordon Hudson universe that we need to get to is buried in a New York Times piece about them. Was news that Jordan and Bill could potentially be engaged. According to reports, Jordan had told at least one person that they were engaged to be married.
Wow. Okay.
So
Couple things here. I feel like obviously her saying this is very different from any symbols. Like she did wear a diamond ring on her left hand to the Super Bowl in February.
Yeah.
And then once again, the New York Post reported she wore one to that National History Museum gala.
Yep.
A diamond ring on her left hand.
Yep.
We saw pictures. But I think it is different to report that she has said to people that this is happening.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it feels likely.
It also feels like the logical.
Yeah.
You know, when you think about it, I mean, if they met in 2021, they say they started dating in 2023.
Right.
It's 2025.
Yeah.
That's not a crazy timeline.
No.
If you're with someone.
Yeah. 2 years. That's kind of like the timeline to get engaged.
You know?
And I mean, you know, Bill has said that she's involved in his professional world, as we've discussed. So I'm like, you know, that feels like something you do when you're a fiance.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, as we've said, Bill, not a spring chicken.
No spring chicken. Yeah, that's correct.
You know.
2 years is...
The clock is not ticking.
It's not ticking.
Something interesting, though, Madeline, that I feel like, so Bill UNC hired this guy, Brandon Faber, who used to work for the Chicago Bears in PR. And he started last Monday. Mm-hmm. Already, the narrative, I feel like, is completely turning.
Oh, yeah.
Bill Belichick did a sit-down interview with former football player and current, talking head on every network, Michael Strahan. And Strahan asked him about Jordon. Bill said she's been terrific. He also said... on a show with Ryan Clark pressed him. And amidst all of this, Bill said on one of these, and forgive me, I can't remember which one, that Jordon stepped in to fill a void when Bill started at UNC because there wasn't an SID, which is a sports information director at a college, which is basically the PR guy at college.
Right.
So I was like, can that be true? Like,
which... I mean, maybe it is.
Well, maybe
it is.
I asked someone who might have an idea about this.
Okay.
I forgot to tell you this.
No, okay.
And apparently, the former coach, Mac Brown, had someone who got reassigned or demoted, maybe. So they didn't have anybody doing the SID job from December to February, maybe even to March. They had made another hire, but I think that person might have been younger. And they always planned to hire someone over that person who ended up being Brandon Faber because they've been talking to him for a while. So if it's true, I'm sort of like UNC. You hired the most famous football coach of all time who also ended up being in a very high profile relationship and you didn't have a guy.
Right. You didn't have your ducks in a row? Come on.
Not to say that Jordon did a good job because I think her PR prowess is not there, but it does make a little bit more sense if Bill's like, I mean, you get a bunch of emails coming in, you're like, I need somebody to help me freaking deal with this.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I mean, here's what I'll say though. It's like, if that's all true, you know, and that is a reason, fine. Why wasn't this addressed months ago? You know, I just feel like this whole situation would have not played out the way it did if that had just been addressed months ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, because that also, honestly, like, that is logical. Like, I'm not, you know, again, we're getting his side of the story, so the truth is somewhere in the middle. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, okay, why did they say this months ago then?
Well, I think, too, it happens to be very convenient timing for the Bill Belichick press redemption tour.
Exactly.
Where he is saying, you know, now he's saying that it was the football program that is the reason Hard Knocks didn't happen. It wasn't Jordon.
Yeah.
Mike Lombardi, Bill's GM at UNC, has gone on shows and said, oh, no, it's because we didn't want, you know, Hard Knocks only follows training camp. We wanted them to get the whole scope of the season. Like, all this stuff now, it just doesn't, you know, and also Bill saying she never had anything to do with UNC. It all feels a little too neat now, given how messy it was.
Well, it's like, you're like addressing all the frequently asked questions at the 11th hour. You know, these should be addressed at hour 1, 2, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, now it's like, all right, well, I appreciate getting answers now, but now it's like, it's a little late.
Yeah. Now we know your PR guy started.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
What I will say, I think this Brandon Faber guy, very good at his job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, doing a great job.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Strahan interview, the end of it was pretty awkward. Oh, Bill.
Yeah.
Anyway. Wow. So, okay. I mean, you know how we talk about floral arrangements?
Yeah.
I can only dream of the content that would come out of a Jordan Bill wedding.
Oh my God. The amount of compressed florals would be unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Can you even?
I can't even imagine.
Arches?
Do you think she would get a Vogue wedding exclusive?
Yes.
Yes. For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I also think there would be a compressed flower structure in the shape of a lobster.
Yes.
Red roses.
Yes. And they would for sure do like a lobster roll or like some sort of lobster food served at the wedding.
Maine themed. It might even be in Maine.
Oh my God.
In which case we would have to go. Just kidding.
Yeah. Not invited.
We wouldn't crash. Oh my God. Wait, there was a compressed floral thing.
Oh, what?
That I have to run by you. I forgot.
Oh my God.
I got too flustered because Larry was here.
Larry was here.
And I forgot to show you this. So Olivia Culpo, wife of Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers.
Yeah.
Claire Kittle, the wife of George Kittle on
Okay.
the 49ers. They're friends. She posted pictures from Olivia's baby shower.
Okay.
Look at these flowers.
Oh no. Huh? Oh my God. It is, for those who are listening via audio, it is, it's like almost like disturbing.
No, it makes me feel ill. I can't
It
look
is
at them.
giant teddy bears made out of compressed flowers. We will insert a photo. But oh my God, that is insane. The amount of money spent on this.
Oh, that's $30,000 a bear.
I don't know. Some florists, we've had some florists send us estimates on prices before. Florists out there, how much do you think these bears cost? Just the three bears.
The three bears. Oh, I just like it. It's like the.
I don't like it.
It's like the Romesco broccoli.
Yes,
we
talked about
the
it.
Buddha's hand. Like
I don't like it. I don't like it. Nope.
Hydrangeas.
Nope,
I will say.
that
I do
is-
love a hydrangea, but
Not in that form.
let them breathe.
Let them breathe. Give us a breathing room.
They don't need to be teddy bears.
No. I don't like that.
Okay.
Oh my.
I just
okay.
had to show you that.
Wow.
All right. In some hockey news.
Yes.
The Toronto Maple Leafs are out again in the second round.
Wow.
And they are I can't imagine being a Leafs fan.
Ugh.
Because they have a great core. This was supposed to be they're supposed to get over the hump, and they lost a game 7, 6-1 to the Florida Panthers, who
not
won the
great.
Stanley Cup.
That's not great. And I believe Justin Bieber and Haley Bieber attended this game. I believe they attended this one. Wasn't great luck charm.
No.
Not great.
Isn't Bieber like not a good luck charm for games?
Oh, is he?
I feel like a lot of games he goes to.
Oh, that's not great.
Famous Canadian.
Well, he's going through it right now.
But yeah, a fan at one point during the game, a Leafs fan threw their sweater in hockey onto the ice.
That's not great. Here's what I'll say too. It must not feel great being a Canadian hockey team and you're losing to a hockey team from Florida by that much. It's not like it was a close game.
Such a great point.
There's something about it. It's like, this is Canada's sport.
Insult to injury.
And they're just like, really, guys? This is our like national sport. And we're losing to a team from Florida. And I know, don't cover me. I know Florida has some good hockey teams.
Mm-hmm.
Tampa Bay, I believe, good hockey team.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I get it, but I'm also like, guys, you guys got to get it together. Canada, come on. This is your sport. Could you imagine how they feel?
No. I mean, it's mortifying. I also do have a hot take. I think it's kind of weird when you have hockey teams in places that ice doesn't naturally form. I get it. Look, I get it. Don't come for me. Congrats to all the hockey players in Florida. Find me a pond that freezes over.
So just like anything above the Mason-Dixon line is fine.
Roughly where it snows.
Okay.
It might have to go even higher.
Yeah, all right.
Great Lakes
Especially with
region.
global warming.
Seriously.
Okay, that's fair.
All right.
I appreciate that hot take. I don't know if I agree, but I appreciate it.
There's a story that I don't know anything about that you brought up.
Yes, it's a soccer story. We have not talked about soccer that much recently.
Mm-hmm.
One of the star players for the Tottenham Hotspurs is a South Korean player named Son Heung-min.
Okay.
He is like beloved. Everyone likes him. It will be like, maybe Luka Doncic, Giannis vibe. Like he's just like loved. Everyone likes him.
Great.
Okay. According to the New York Times, he was blackmailed.
Stop it.
Yes. So 2 people were arrested on charges of blackmailing him with paternity claims, the police said.
No.
A South Korean woman in her 20s was jailed on Saturday night after the Seoul Central District Court issued a warrant of her arrest on a blackmailing charge. She was accused of sending him an ultrasound image in June last year and telling him that she was pregnant with his child. And she was also accused of receiving $214,000 for her silence, according to the Times. Crazy. And this guy, by the way, like, he's the captain of the Hotspurs.
Oh my God.
Crazy, right?
So he sent her money? It's unclear.
It's unclear. We don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
We don't know.
Yeah.
And then also was another man was arrested and put in jail. Some man in his 40s who was also accused of approaching Sun in March with a threat to expose a scandal if Sun did not pay him $50,000.
First of all.
Like, huh? What?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
What? Crazy. So his agency issued a statement. Obviously, all this information's coming out, blah, 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 blah. They're saying, quote, it's false claims. They said, we'd like to tell you that Sun Heung-min is clearly the victim of this incident. But it also added that they were apologizing once again for worrying everyone supporting Sun Heung-min with a scandalous issue. They're like apologizing for the pain and suffering it caused the fans.
Oh my God.
I guess. Yeah. So very dramatic. Unclear again what's going on here. Did he actually know this woman? I don't know. But crazy.
Blackmail is such a wild thing to me because regardless of how you handle it, the information that the person is blackmailing you with is probably going to come out.
Yeah.
Because what do? You either say no and then they go public with it.
Right.
Or you try to do it through the court system, which then becomes public because it's public record.
Right.
So it's such a, and like I don't know what's true, what's not.
Right.
Like it's such a powerful weapon.
Yeah,
really.
because it's like either way, it's kind of a lose-lose for him because it's going to probably come out regardless. True or not, it's going to come out, which is crazy.
You have to have a pretty high tolerance for being not a good person to blackmail somebody.
I know, it's terrible.
I mean, yeah,
It's gross. And to make matters worse, the Hotspurs are playing Manchester United tomorrow in the Europa League final. So imagine this scandal breaking in like any other, like an NBA player or NFL player right before the championship, like before the Super Bowl or something.
Oh my God.
You know, could you imagine like going through this and all these reports are coming out like by the day about this story before you're about to like play a very important match?
I feel like that's where I would say to my team, hey, get me a flip phone that doesn't have access to the internet.
Yes.
I want a T9 word texting only situation.
Snake game only on the phone.
Take my computer, give me an iPad with, maybe a couple books, couple articles, couple movies downloaded with no access to the internet.
Yeah, no.
I would be like, shut it all off.
Yeah, no, can't have any of it. No, thanks. No.
Also, it's so interesting to me, people who can have it and like thrive on that.
I know.
I would need to just, but also it's tough because it's almost worse not knowing.
Yeah, I know.
It's also so weird because like all of this is happening in the internet. This point.
I know. And then your job is to do something very public
and physical.
I know.
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite.
Wow.
It's a lot going on. So.
Oh man, the soccer, the drama that comes out.
I know. Yeah, this one's pretty juicy. So I don't know. More, I'm sure, will be revealed on this story soon. But
I can't wait.
That's the latest.
We'll see how he does in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Championship.
Europa League final championship. Yeah. Championship. Yeah.
I could be British.
Good day, mate. Good. Oh, that was. That was Australian. I'm sorry.
We've had a long day.
I would like to apologize. It's been a long day.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Should we end on Larsa Pippen?
Yeah. Speaking of weird brain stuff going on, I don't know if you remember this. A couple of years ago, Larsa Pippen dated Malik Beasley, who's an NBA player
For the Pistons.
Yep. He's good.
He said about himself that he's the greatest shooter in the world. So
well,
take that.
Right.
Do with that what you want.
Sure. She said dating him was a mistake and said, quote, I had COVID brain.
Ooh.
Which, listen, everyone went through it during COVID and handled things differently. So maybe her way of coping with the pandemic was dating Malik Beasley. I don't know. Is that what she's saying?
Is that who she went to look at a house for when she was on Selling Sunset, the reality show? I think Chriselle showed her a house that she was shopping for her boyfriend. And I feel like it was Malik Beasley.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean,
well, this was also, I don't know if that's true because this was also around the time, if you recall, when Malik was married to a woman named Montana Yao.
Yeah.
And there were obviously allegations that Malik and Larsa had an affair.
Oh, right. So maybe she wouldn't be doing that.
Yeah. I don't know about that. That would be very strange, but maybe.
Larsa, and now she's dating this guy, Jeff Kobe, who played for the G League.
Yes.
Larsa, I think one of the most savage things you can say to an ex is that you dated them because you had COVID brain.
Yeah,
Larsa has a way with words.
She does have a way with words.
She really does. Do you think she can't say that about Michael Jordan's son though, about Marcus Jordan.
No.
Because that was too long.
That was long on and off in the public, out of the public eye. There was a lot going on there. Yeah.
Wow. I had COVID brain.
Crazy.
That's worse than it's not you, it's me. There's that on one side, and then there's guy COVID brain.
Yeah, where is that on the spectrum?
Yeah, where does your breakup fall?
Yeah. Oh man.
All right. Well, the only other thing is that a golfer, Wyndham Clark, threw his club at the PGA Championship when he got frustrated, which is a very, very dangerous thing to do.
Yeah, I feel like it's very dangerous and a no-no.
Also very relatable for anyone who's ever played golf.
Yeah.
Sometimes when you watch a professional really lose it the way that you've seen people lose it in real life.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Stars are just like us.
They are mortal.
Yeah, they are.
And that's it.
That's it. Thank you so much. If you've listened all the way through, we really appreciate it. Thank you to the NBA.
Larry was here.
Right here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much to the NBA and the team that helped make this happen. We're so grateful.
Yeah.
It was really special.
So special.
Really cool. And, hopefully there's other fun stuff down the line in the future.
Yeah. And as always, please like and subscribe, rate, review. It really makes a huge difference. And very exciting update. I don't think we've said this on the pod yet. We have a new Instagram handle. It's just at Sports Gossip on Instagram.
Yes.
Still at Sports Gossip Show everywhere else. But yeah.
At Sports Gossip.
At Sports Gossip.
How sick is that?
Pretty cool.
Madeline works some magic.
Yeah, works some magic.
Our social media maven.
Social media admin.
Ew. Maven sounds so gross. Sorry.
I don't like that.
Thank you. It's so exciting. I love it.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
And we'll catch you on the flip.
Catch you on the flip.
Okay.
Bye.